Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry. Happy New Year, happy 2020. I hope that you're kicking off the new year in a great way with Dragalia Lost. You're enjoying the new event, a Clawful Caper, and enjoying the new Summon Showcase, and hopefully you got the units that you were going for. In this video, I'm going to be summoning on that showcase. I actually broke my own rules here and decided to summon at reset when the showcase came out. So this goes against every piece of strategy advice I've given in the past. You definitely want to wait these things out, wait until the last day of the banner so you see what's coming up next, as well as you can take advantage of daily deals, free summons, because you never know, you might get what you're targeting off those free tenfolds. This time around though, I was just too excited to summon on this banner. I pretty much want everything that's on Raid Up, except for the old Eastern Emissaries units. But even among the old stuff, I didn't pick up Marishiten last year, so I'm going for her. I'm going for Daikokuten, the two dragons. I'm going for Mitsuhide. I'm going for Chitose, and for Nobunaga in this video. I'm trying to summon all of that with around 30k Wormite, a little bit more, and a lot of single summon tickets, so I'm just burning through those to increase my payday rate, and then we will hop over to the tenfolds. I have to say, this is probably the most positive I've felt about Dragalia Lost in a while. We got a what's ahead for Dragalia Lost for the new year that was pretty exciting, and I think that the Mega Man collab was okay, but the Monster Hunter collab looks to be something really special and have a lot of nice synergy with Dragalia Lost. We're getting a Berserker alt for that. We also found out that this month in Dragalia Lost, Flames of Reflection will get a rerun. Not only that, but we are getting some more mana spirals for Shadow Adventurers, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully some of your favorite units get their mana spirals. And I like that there's actually an element of choice now, because at some point in the past, it was a little too easy to just build everyone if you've been playing for a while. With these 70 node units, the materials you need to upgrade are not that cheap to come by, so you actually do need to make some choices. You have to try prioritize your favorite units, or you think the units that will help you the most as far as content goes. So I have been really liking all of the updates recently, including a Clawful Caper. I played through that. Right now Nightmare is not out yet, but they're doing some neat things with the drop rates for Nightmare being better than those for Expert, making it a good place to farm, and it starts to feel a lot more farmable thanks to things like the raid boost. Looks like there we got Chitose, so Chitose definitely surprised me with his story and with the story of the event. I thought it was pretty goofy, pretty silly, but I do like how it was localized. I think they put a positive spin on Chitose being cuteness incarnate and Yuden and the gang mistaking his gender at first. So I feel like they handled it as well as they could, probably, with the source material. And as a unit, Chitose is pretty exciting. It seems like one of the trends lately with Dragalia is the devs are genuinely trying to fix a lot of the broken content, like some of the High Dragon trials, such as High Zodiarc's trial and High Jupiter's trial, where there's been an extreme convergence to a very small number of units. So Chitose I've actually cleared with and played with in High Zodiarc's trial on Master, and he's a great unit for that. He's a fine unit to include on your team, just like Dragon Yule Malara was last month, and just like Mitsuhide is another option for those who don't have floor. She is more of a side grade, and I would say the same is true of Nobunaga. They're not strictly better, but nonetheless, I think just them being seasonal, being so cute. Mitsuhide, I love just the fact that she just likes to sleep, but she's also like wise beyond her years. I think she's a really cute character, really embodies a mouse. And I guess Nobunaga embodies a horse, but I think they've done the classic goofy Nobunaga compared to the real Nobunaga, and that's fine by me. But both of them, I think, are good options. Nobunaga especially in Master High Midgard Sormer, because she can remove his defense buffs very easily. There we pick up our first copy of Marishiten, and I'm pretty pumped about that, honestly. As much as Shinobi has kind of dominated, I do have a Delphi that I want a good dragon for, and that Marishiten being limited, I'm going to feel pretty comfortable spending some Sunlight Stones on it. But of course, we still have a long way to go. We haven't seen any of the new units yet, and I want to keep summoning until hopefully we're able to get those. So I'm going to keep summoning. But yeah, Nobunaga has been very cool as a unit, I think. I think she's a little bit underestimated right now. Same as Mikoto because of how much people favor Reina. But one of the things the Mana Spiral did was by giving so many adventurers burn, and a large part of Reina's DPS coming from her burn, it often means that her real DPS is going to be a lot lower because she's going to be missing burn procs or burn triggers because of the enemy building up resistance. So I've actually found Mikoto to be a little bit faster and more consistent in my expert Volk situation and my clears of that. I've done enough at this point to just grind out one max unbound 6-star weapon for Ezzelith. She's another unit who's really shot up in value along with Yuden. Looks like we got another dragon, but not a Daikokuten, a Marishiten, so not necessarily a dragon I wanted, but like I said, I plan to max unbind that Marishiten eventually, so that's not going to go to waste for sure. And I'm just going to keep doing singles until I can increase my pity rate again, and then we'll do another tenfold. But I have to say, Mana Spirals, Experts, Agito have been super fun for me. I wonder if we'll get any more Agito content this month, but I kind of doubt it, and I wouldn't mind just having time to play more of the content we already have. I really hope that there's a way to kind of spice up the High Dragon Trial pubs as well, because I do think there's a problem with experienced players having just finished that content and not really being around to farm it or grind it or play it much anymore. So there's a lot more rooms with newer players, and just the more that you have to learn in the fight, the more error prone those fights can be. So now that we have Agito, I feel like playing High Dragon Trials feels kind of like a chore to me because of how easy it is for a run to fail, and that's not necessarily the case in Expert Volk's Wrath. So there's kind of pros and cons. I mean, I'm happy with Agito, but at the same time, I still probably need to grind up some weapons and other elements, and I need to be playing the High Dragon Trials to do that, but now they feel so much worse compared to Agito Uprising, so I haven't had as much fun with those lately, but I've kind of just been playing the bare minimum of them, playing a lot of Expert Folk, and also enjoying the event. So I haven't gone ham in the event yet because only Expert is available right now. But I do think that the free unit you get from it, Hanabusa, is very solid. The rewards are nice as always, and unlike the rerun that we just got of Botan's event, this one is like a full-length raid. We're going to have this for a while until the 13th of January, so you want to pace yourself. There's going to be plenty of time to build up emblems as you do your daily endeavors. So don't necessarily rush headfirst into it. There's plenty of other things to spend your resources on right now. And there we got a dagger transformation. So really, I only need Mitsuhide. If it's another adventure, it's going to be a dupe. Hopefully it is a Mitsuhide. But right now, as far as other things to spend on, a lot of people are doing Elemental Ruins for Rainbow Orbs. Void Battles have gone up in stock with Expert. And even Avenue to Fortune with double drops and half stamina, but we got Mitsuhide, so one more down. Mitsuhide is so cute. I really think that she's adorable and she looks like a mouse. I actually kind of want to build her, even though I'm terrible at playing daggers, but I have to learn eventually because I did decide to build my Ezzelith for Expert Volk. Kind of by accident. I didn't think it was going to be that expensive to 70 node a character. So I took her up to like 54 nodes, and then I realized I had no more resources and had to grind out the rest, and at that point I was kind of committed. But Mitsuhide is one who maybe I can use my 6-star dagger on and have some fun even with an off-element weapon. She is quite powerful, and Floor also benefits a lot from maintaining combo, so it's not like Mitsuhide is necessarily that different than Floor. Both of them need to maintain combo for their optimal DPS in order to use Daikokuden and in order to use Twinfold Bond. So if you're dropping combo with Floor, you're also going to be losing a lot of DPS as well. So I think if you're a good floor player, probably an upgrade to get Mitsuhide, but not a necessary upgrade, which I kind of like. We're just getting a lot of 3 stars on the singles, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of skip through them, mosey along until we see something of interest or something exciting. At this point, since we already got Chitose, I don't need any 4 stars anymore, so 4 stars are pretty safe skip unless they transform. So in this tenfold, I guess if we just saw that transformation dagger, so maybe we should wait until the end, until we actually see what the 4 star is going to be. I'm also at a point where I really want all the Eldswater I can get, because in order to take a character to 70 nodes, one of the prerequisites is you have to 50 node them, and that requires unlocking their co-abilities. So recently I've started this thing of spending my Moonlight Stones on my 4-star dragon dupes and just selling them to get more Eldswater. Part of that is my own fault, because I made a decision to collect every Wyrmprint in the game, and I did that for my Wyrmprint guide video that ended up being really long, and sorry about that, but I also kind of like long-form content like that once in a while, so hopefully that was helpful to you. Speaking of Wyrmprints, the new Wyrmprints that came out as of this update with the New Year's event are also pretty good. The new 30% skill damage and HP 70% equals critical damage print is very solid, a really good print for axes to run alongside Kung Fu Masters. 3 5 stars here, let's go. One of them's a dagger, so that's a dupe, but that blade and that staff could be new. I'm missing Jiangxia and Akasha, and for blades, I'm missing Nobunaga, so hopefully that's not an Ieyasu. That was a dupe, but at least it was an adorable dupe, where we got our Mitsuhide. And we got Nobunaga, alright. Okay, so we are looking good as far as summons go. So now we just have to try to get the new 5-star Light Dragon. And let's see. Okay, our staff was a dupe, but I'm happy to see Heinwald there. One of the things I was reflecting on recently was, I think part of the reason why I feel sort of frustrated with High Dragon Trials right now is I was a Heinwald user back in High Jupiter's trial, and in High Zodiarc's trial, I was a Hildegard user. And those units just don't exist in the meta anymore. People don't want to really run with healers, and so I really feel like the role that I like to play the most in those fights is just gone. And hopefully that's something that changes with the Mana Spiral and with Agito. Like, I think they did an awesome job of giving Lowen, or whoever your healer of choice is, plenty of things to do when it comes to Expert Volk, because they reduce the plague. They also have a job to bait the wolves. I think they actually have the hardest job, so I don't know if everybody would agree with that, but especially because they often want to run buff dragons like Popstar Siren, their stats are going to be pretty low, so they can't afford to be taking a lot of hits by accident, and they're baiting a lot of moves, so they have to be good at dodging and iframing. So personally, I think that's probably the hardest role to play, is the healer role, and I'm glad it's actually gotten some importance. And for those who like to main healers, hopefully that's something that you can enjoy, and at the same time, the investment is not as steep as with DPS units. I've seen a lot of questions about what you need to enter into Expert Volk, and I would really recommend, if you're playing a DPS, a Max Unbound Tier 2 High Dragon weapon for Flame Element. You can get away with the 6-star with no unbinds, but that's going to be a lot worse. Part of the reason is because 6 stars scale across a level cap of 200 rather than 100, so you're getting a lot of extra stats from those unbinds, and you also really want that max unbind, because at max unbound, 6-star weapons give a permanent 20% strength buff as their skill that you can toggle back and forth between that strength buff and between a regen buff. So really, I would suggest that you play Master High Brunhilde's Trial in order to get those flame weapons that you need to get into Agito. But remember, you can't use ingots on 6-star weapons, so you might as well use those Damascus ingots for your 5-star weapons. If I had to manually work out and max out a 5-star tier 2 flame weapon, I would have never been able to enter Agito, but because of Damascus ingots from things like Time Attack and just all the generous rewards we've gotten between the Mega Man event, the holiday, maybe if some of you were lucky with your letters, I think that it's pretty feasible to have one Max Unbound Tier 2 weapon if you consistently play that trial. Looks like we're not getting a 5-star here. As far as the lucky letters go, I actually got pretty good rewards. You know, wasn't anything super great. I ended up getting the 4th tier reward. I think I got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th for my letters, but not bad. You know, I appreciate all the augments, even though I didn't get any sunlight stones or anything like that. And augments are now at a point where, oh, that 4-star Eldwater is so good in the circle. But augments are at a point where I feel like you can really augment a lot of characters now. And at the least, if you've been keeping up with augments in things like Astral Raids, and even if you're playing standard High Dragon Trials or Void Battles to get augments, you should be able to augment one character of each element pretty easily. 2 5-stars, nice. Hopefully one of them is a dragon, so we can end our summoning. A blade, so that's probably going to be a dupe. And a dragon, so this could be it for us. That blade, if it's Ieyasu, we'll have cleaned up the banner. But I do have Ieyasu, so it doesn't really matter. And it's Nobunaga, so we didn't see Ieyasu today, but we saw everybody else on this banner, which was awesome. Looks like I'm not going to need to do the platinums or buy any of the packs. And yep, there we go. That solidifies it. Those platinums, anyway, don't just feature units on this banner, they actually feature everybody, so only do it if you're willing to take that gamble. But Daiko-kun, pretty sweet dragon, so happy to pick him up, and gonna be another target for my Sunlight Stones, primarily because he is limited. So we'll see if I get anything cool off my free summons the rest of this week, but otherwise that's pretty much gonna do it for this video, everyone. So I hope that you've been enjoying the new year. Tell me how things have been going for you in Dragalia Lost on this banner with the new event. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.